Shalom, Aki. I miss your brother Malcolm. I'm coming at you with another lesson of truth, all right, from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. And I'd like to give all thanks, glory, and praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Call halal Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS, true elders of all of Israel on earth today. And salutations to you, Akim, out there doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. And coming at you with another quick lesson, but a very heavy lesson. One of my lieutenants, one of the brothers in my camp, he often brings out the scripture, which is Revelation 5:9. And that word kindred goes back to a Greek word, phule, which basically breaks down to a tribe or a member of one of the 12 tribes of Israel. It's proven. And I'll just read it. It says, "And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take up, Salakia, thou art worthy to take the book and open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us by Yahweh, by the blood, out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation." All right. And when you look that word kindred up, it's telling you basically that the Lord was bringing back the people who were scattered from the tribes, not all people. All right. Making that separation. OK. And that only they would understand that song. Because when you go to, I believe it's Revelation 14:5. Let's get that. "These are they which were not defiled with women," meaning philosophies, "for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men." They were brought back from the four corners of the earth, from being mixed among the people, out of every nation, all right, that were Israelites, all right, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and the Lamb, all right. So that word kindred made me go, so I have a Strong's dictionary. So I just started reading through the dictionary and looking up the word kindred in different scriptures with the word kindred. And kinsman and kinfolk were right next to it. So I read a couple key scriptures that has those. Salakia, let me let this dog out. Come on. Go. Salakia. Okay, where was I? Damn dog. But right, the couple key scriptures with the word kindred and kinfolk. And the word kinsman goes back to the Strong's G. Now here come the other one. You got to be kidding me. Come on. And it's number 6. Bring your butt here. Come on. Should have came the first time. Come. Salaki, they like little kids, man. He only wanted to go out there because she was out there. All right. So it goes back to that kinsman in the Strong's is G 4773. All right. G 4773. All right, and the Greek word is SUGGENES, which I think is it says Sugenes or Sugenes. All right, and it ends in gene, as in like your genes, your lineage, and it came from Strong's G 4862. All right. And what it meant was a relation or a relative by blood. Keep that in mind. So, and these are the scriptures that are going to connect that to it. All right. First one, which is the end all be all. If you have any, even if you don't have understanding, it's in such plain English, even though we look it up just to prove points. But it's so plain that even in the English, it makes it very clear. Romans 9:3. "For I wish that I myself were accursed from Hamashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, So not someone who believes in you because they're a Christian too, because they converted. All right. Which that's a whole nother word, which we can go into that. All right. But someone who's related to you by blood. Very next line. Who are Israelites? All right. Relatives by blood. So Romans, not only Romans the 9th chapter, but Romans, the whole book of Romans is to the scattered Israelites. Okay. Let's go to the next scripture, which is key. So basically, these were all the scriptures that connected, and they are all referring back to one another. So now we're gonna go to Acts 10 and 24. Okay. Acts 10 and 24, and it says, and the morrow after they entered into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them, and he called together his kinsmen and his near friends. Only someone would understand what just happened here. How powerful this is, because it's relating Cornelius to the kinsmen related by blood, man. So anybody who's in that denial that Cornelius was an Israelite, you out of your damn mind, man. Or you're just a reprobate. The Lord is not with you, or you're just being foolish. And what that also tells me too is that the men who put together the Strong's dictionary, the men who put together the Blue Letter Bible, all right, because for those of you who are not in the know, the Strong's and the Blue Letter almost go hand in hand. They're almost exact to each one. And what they did was they took every word in the Bible and they numbered those words. And they gave them and they put the definitions of what those words mean. And by looking up the meaning of words, it completely debunks and destroys the Christian doctrine. Because the Christian doctrine tries to Catholicize or universalize the scriptures. And the scriptures is clearly, the Bible is a book of letters, laws, statutes, and commandments that are written to the Israelites. All right? Both those who knew they were Israelites and those who were scattered and lost. It's simple as that. Next scripture in this line of scriptures for kinsmen is in Romans. So I'm going to read Romans 16, verses 7, verses 11, and verses 21. Isn't that crazy? 7, 11, and 21. All right. And I taught this lesson yesterday to the brothers at class, because except Friday nights is my night to teach the young Akim. So this is Revelation 16 and 7. Salute and Andronicus and Andronicus and Junia, my kinsmen and my fellow. So these are Israelites who have Greek names, man. Because you've been brainwashed, just like we hear of the Italian band. There were Israelites in Italy. As a matter of fact, the 4 tetrarchs, the black so-called tetrarchs with the big lips and the big wide noses, showing clearly their Negroid features that they tried to knock off and destroy. All right, because they couldn't explain the presence of them there in the 4th century. All right, the so-called white man is a liar and he's exposed, man. Okay, let me finish this. Verse 7. Salute Andronicus and Junia, my kinsmen, and my fellow prisoners who are Israelites will be in jail, in and out of jail, especially for doing this work. All the men of the Lord were. All right. Who are of note among the apostles and who were in Hamashiach before me. All right. Actually, I could just stop this lesson right here. Verse 11. Salute Herodion, my kinsman. Greet them that be in the household of Naricus, which are in the Lord. So in the Christian church, they would teach you that these were white people, so-called, really red, Edomites, and that all nations could receive this. No. That's a lie. Now this is verse 21. Timotheus, my work fellow, and Lucius and Jason and Sosipater, my kinsman, salute you. Relatives by blood. This is grouped into the scriptures that are connected to the Israelites being relatives by blood. It's undeniable, man. And now I'm going to give you one more that was connected, that was thrown in there. And it was actually H7138. You should be writing these things down. H7138 means Hebrews 7138. And that was Job 19 and 14. All right. So we go back to the book of Job. All right. '19 and 14 it was. Right, and it reads, my kinfolk have failed and my familiar friends have forgotten me. So that's Strong's H7138, which is connected into that group of kindred, kinsmen, and kinfolk. All right, so it's always talking about Israel. It's always been about Israel. And then I'm going to give you a bonus. While we were teaching it, the brother was reading it out of the Spanish Bible. And the same scripture for kinfolk, it's in the, and it said, it read in kinfolk, it said lineage, in the Spanish Bible. Brother just brought that out. Hey, so with that, I hope this was an edifying lesson, and shalom.